Hello everyone, welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you news of a special council meeting Wednesday evening about a possible new Indian casino in Ridgecrest. News of a fashion show in Ridgecrest, today's KZGN Talking Points editorial, weather, sports, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Whitnick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. The big topic for Wednesday's special City Council Town Hall meeting was whether the city should approve an agreement to allow a new Indian casino within the city limits. It was an overflowing room last night. I would estimate probably about 300 people attended, and it was a marathon meeting. I got home at about 11:30 last night. I'm going to try and smash 5.5 hours of a meeting into this one news segment. Anyway, I would estimate the crowd did not make it any easier for the council to make a decision. I estimate the crowd was pretty evenly split of opposition and support. And to be noted that there were about 27,000 residents not at the meeting. So, the council will have to make a hard decision. Anyway, here's a recap of the proposal. The Timbisha-Shoshone tribe wishes to develop an Indian gaming casino within the city of Ridgecrest. The agreement would provide the city general fund a currently estimated $400,000 a year, plus a one-time payment of $80,000. These payments are to offset the city costs for providing city services to the project. The tribe has also agreed to annual payments of 2% of appraised value of the development and will provide annual payments of $128,000 per year for police and fire protection. The payments will offset the city for lost property and sales taxes due to the federal status of the land upon which the development will sit. The project is to be built along North China Lake Boulevard in the City Business Park, about a half-mile south of the China Lake main entrance. The tribe proposes to purchase the 27-acre parcel. The agreement states that generally, the tribe agrees to waive almost all the sovereignty of federal lands and agrees to subject the entire project to be under the legal control of the city for planning and building. Essentially, waiving their sovereignty and agreeing to be under the supervision of the city. The entire project will be designed and built under the city's usual controls. They have agreed to pay the city for various costs. To ensure that tribal laws are adequately enforced, the tribe agrees to contract with the city to provide planning, building, safety, fire protection, and public works personnel to review construction plans and inspect construction of improvements on the trust lands to ensure compliance with adopted codes. How about police authority on federal land, you may ask? Here's what's in the agreement. The city shall have authority to enforce state and local and municipal codes on their land. How about employment and new jobs? They plan on about 180 employees to start. So while the initial project is to build and operate a new casino, they have provided possible future development ideas. They will build it in 3 phases. Phase 1 and 2 include hotel, small-scale amusement park including video arcades and miniature golf, possibly a bowling center, restaurants, coffee shops, snack bars, a nightclub or bar, which includes live entertainment, an entertainment venue, tribal gaming commission offices, tribal government offices. The following uses are expressly prohibited at the tribal lands, unless otherwise consented to by the Ridgecrest City Council. Prohibited will be gas stations, retail establishments, residential housing, and other uses not related to or furthering tribes' gambling activities at tribal lands. The meeting opened with the tribal chairman George Golson speaking about the tribe and their intentions. He gave a very moving history of the tribe. In a summary of his speech, he told of their ancestors' connections to the area and even the petroglyphs on the base. They are descendants of those Indians. So, their tribe was a resident in the area of California well before we got here. So, for those that ask where they came from, the answer is here. George disclosed that most of the tribe works between Death Valley and Nevada now. The tribe only has about 400 people in it, and they are a poor tribe, trying to finally come out of the shadows and operate a business to better themselves and provide a better life for the tribe members. He provided a commitment that their goal was to operate the casino as a family-owned business. I found him very likable and sincere. After him, there was public comments. I'll hold public comments reporting to the end of this segment. Next up was Nigel White, representing the developer and the company that will manage day-to-day operations. He showed representation pictures of the potential design. It was attractive. He provided some market research statistics for those that have asked questions as to the location and what makes them feel this town will support it. The bullet points of his presentation were these. Phase 1 will encompass about 40,000 square feet total and cost about $29 million. It will include the casino, table area, 2 restaurants, meeting space, cocktail bar, and entertainment area. Phase 2 would possibly include an 80-room hotel, 5,000-seat convention area, steakhouse, and cost about $16.8 million. Employment would include about 100 construction jobs. Their plan is to hire and use as many local contractors and employees for the construction as possible. The casino, when opened, would employ about 180 people. This would make them the 7th largest single employer in the valley. The estimated annual payroll would be about $6.9 million. They estimate that the project would spend locally about $2.2 million per year for support services and supplies. They estimate that of the 180 employees, probably about 20% would be new people buying homes here. They estimate that their customer base would be about 66% local and 34% out-of-town visitation. They discussed the location. They said they reviewed maybe 10 other locations in the valley. For various reasons, all were cut. They even looked at the old Walmart building, but it wasn't large enough for their project. After the developer spoke, Chief Strand gave his comments, basically stating that he has talked to other city police departments that have casinos like this. All state that no severe problems crept up, and increase in crimes was directly proportional to any increase in population. He felt that after discussing the agreement and the tribe agreeing to local police enforcement of all laws and the municipal codes, that he would be able to work with the casino operators and control any potential problems that would come up. A majority of the opposition was based on the moral and psychological impacts on the residents. There were some comments expressing actual concerns about the project itself. A couple people did say they thought the location was not appropriate. Again, the developer explained the location determination, and they even stated that they are coordinating with the base management. Justin O'Neill offered that he spoke to Base Commander Wiley during the day for comment. He said that any concerns the base has was to make sure that construction specs included adequate mitigation for noise for airplane flyovers. They offered no concern as to the location. Another note on public comments on not liking the location on China Lake Boulevard, we need to consider that if the tribe had chosen to build it out in the county, most of the opposition concerns about the social problems still apply, and that the city would get no financial benefit of the project, other than new population, and not have any jurisdiction over the project either. The developer committed to the current height restrictions in the city of only 3 floors. Anyway, the opposition focused on the problems of gambling, addictions, and possible crime and the destruction of the quiet city they like. The support was mainly focused on younger people needing something to do here, and by younger, the crowd was referring to the 21 to 40-year-olds. The group of people that generally sit at home and don't spend their money locally. They hold their wallets until the weekend when they go out of town to shop or get entertainment. This really does hurt the local economy and small businesses. And supporters also mentioned recruitment for the base. They are trying to attract new young engineers, and when they analyze the area, they decide not to come because of the lack of entertainment. Anyway, again, I believe the for and against people were pretty evenly split. Some commenters against the project were very agitated and animated in their comments. The supporters felt the fever of the opposition was over the top sometimes and using sensationalism in their comments. Supporters voiced displeasure with the opposition trying to control their freedom to have available entertainment here in Ridgecrest. In conclusion, while some comments were very relevant and useful, many were repetitious. Concerns of gambling addictions, divorce, crime, bankruptcies, and suicide echoed in the opposition, sprinkled with a few comments concerning the design and the terms of the agreement. The supporters discounted the dire warnings of doom and gloom and offered support to the tone of, "We need entertainment here, we need a recruiting tool for young engineers, we need this to keep new employees here, to offer something to the 21 to 40-year-olds to do and spend their money here instead of going out of town every weekend." Now stay with us. After the break, we'll have news about a fundraiser coming up. Welcome back. Here's news of a different type fundraiser coming Friday evening. Ridgecrest Fashion Week has arrived. Now is the perfect time to check out the latest styles and trends to wear this season. If you'd like to get a jump on what trends our clothing stores will be offering, a perfect opportunity awaits you this Friday evening. 20 local models will be showing fashions provided by Marshalls, Fashion Stop and Shoes, Kmart, and Botany's Desire. These styles include top trends inspired by street style from denims to florals. It's all happening at the Spring Fashion Show and Dinner sponsored by the International Community Day Committee of Ridgecrest. It'll be Friday, April 29th between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It'll be at the Clarion Inn Banquet Hall on 901 North Chiley Boulevard. Cocktails and social interface begins at 5 p.m. with a catered dinner by Chef Alito of Charlie's commencing at 5:30 p.m. The fashion show will get underway at 6:30 p.m. with brilliant audio provided. The fashion show will involve children, young adults, and adults featuring different sizes. Hair and makeup sessions will be provided. Tickets are $30 per person, which includes the fashion show and dinner. Tickets are available at the Chamber of Commerce and Red Rock Books. There will be raffle prizes, drawings, and fun surprises. All proceeds will benefit the International Community Day event that will take place on September 16, 2016 at the Kerr-McGee Center. Please refer questions and comments to Yolanda Alexander at 760-463-1044. So for all the women out there that would like to see what fashions we have right here in Ridgecrest, this will be a great event to come out to. Learn what is available locally. There may be more than you think. Now it's time for the 139th KZGN News Talking Points editorial. Here's today's topic. What was your thoughts on Wednesday night's Council Town Hall meeting? Well, I took so much time for the reporting of the casino story in the news segment, this will be a very short editorial. As a refresher, the meeting was the second meeting for the Council to get public comments concerning the building of a new Indian casino here in Ridgecrest. Well, I had two hopes for this meeting. First, I hoped they would do a better job presenting the project than they did last Wednesday. Second, I hope the Council would actually have a discussion of the comments and questions brought up by the people commenting. It is very annoying when they just sit there and let people say things and offer no response or answers. Well, for the first hope of a better presentation, I was satisfied. For the second hope of a discussion between the Council and we, the people, it didn't happen. Again, they sat there and offered no indication of their thoughts or questions. There was absolutely no back and forth discussion with the people. At the end of the meeting, all they said is they are either tired and want to go home, or I have questions, but I'll hold them for now and ask them later. Again, they sat there and listened, which is good, but they deferred all back and forth to the tribe chairman, developer, and some from the city economic development manager, Gary Parsons. So while the tribe, developer, and the staff answered questions, which was good, we got absolutely no indication from the Council on their thoughts. The only real comments we got from a couple Council members were to accusations that they had been negotiating this project in secrecy, with no transparency, that they just dropped it on us and planned on reviewing it and approving it real quick. Their response was that while it may appear that way, it was not accurate. They admitted that they had been discussing it for a couple months before going public. But this was normal operation for when a new project comes to the city and wants to be quiet until it is ready to announce and provide sufficient details of the project. Well, we did learn a lot more details of the project. We got to hear from the tribe chairman and the developer. Everyone had a chance to provide their comments. And now we wait until the Council once again decides to bring it back to a regular Council meeting. Maybe then we might finally hear their questions and comments, and then I hope we finally have a meaningful back and forth discussion between the Council and we the people. The project is clearly hard for the Council to take up. That is evidenced by their silence during this comment period. And I know their response to this criticism, that they are waiting to hear all the people's comments before they make their decision. I get that. But why not enter into the discussion with us now? Why just sit there? Why do you declare you're burnt out and tired and want to get home because it's late? Well, if you aren't able and capable of doing a marathon meeting, maybe you shouldn't be on the Council. There was probably still about 150 people still there at the end of the meeting. waiting to hear from you, the council. And what did you do? You adjourned and went home. Why won't you at least put your questions out there for us to hear? Will you ever have a back and forth discussion with we the people on this project? Or will you do as you almost always do? Open public comment, sit there, offer no back and forth discussion, close public comment, bring it back to the council for finally their comments, and make a decision. There is no back and forth discussion under those rules. None. In conclusion, eventually the council will have to tell us their thoughts. Until then, the community stays in a state of turmoil, wondering what their elected representatives are thinking. I'm Tom Whitnick, and that's what I think. I'd like to know what you think. If you have any comments about this editorial or would like to discuss or recommend a topic, I'd like to hear from you. Please email them to info@kzgn.net. Thanks for staying with us. Now here's Lane with the weather.
Thank you, Tom. From the National Weather Service, a storm system in the Ohio Valley will produce scattered severe thunderstorms and locally heavy rain stretching from the southern plains eastward through the Gulf Coast and southeast on Thursday. Large hail and locally damaging winds will be the main threats. This activity will continue into Friday. Temperatures across the nation. Carolinas at 76, Georgia at 82, Arkansas at 79, northern Texas at 78, Arizona at 71, and Los Angeles at 64. And for us locally, tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 53, west-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Friday, sunny with a high near 83, west-southwest wind 5 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 57, west-northwest wind 15 miles per hour. Saturday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 76, west-northwest wind 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Saturday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 56, north wind 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 80, north-northeast wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low around 56, west wind 5 miles per hour. And Monday, sunny with a high near 86, northwest wind 5 miles per hour. And that is your forecast for the IWV. Now back to Tom.
So that's the news for today. All of the KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay tuned for Ridgecrest Talk coming up next.